postman in play first snap of the drive from the 25. Looking downfield, it's Simpson. Shoots it to the left. And that one's incomplete. Worth taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up.
And guys, if I'm on offense, I am staying aggressive. I know you didn't connect there, but make sure you keep testing this defense, because even if you complete one of those throws, that could be the game-breaking play.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. Alabama quickly back to the line. On third and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Showing the arm strength to the left. And trying to put points on the board on third down. Now they're staring at fourth down. Looks as if the Tide will punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. A low line drive and not his best work. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. They put 2 touchdowns on the board in the early going and now right back to work. On the ground, it's Durham. Blast his way ahead, but not much room. A pickup of 1 to the 24.
You definitely want to commit to the run game. You want to establish the run game. You want the defense to honor it. But if it doesn't work a little later down the road, you might think about airing that puppy out.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Gets the back moving. Dropping back, it's Nussmeier. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
We're already in the first quarter, but already you get the feeling this could be a long day for this QB. He's already been sacked. He gets hit right there on the incomplete throw. They've got to find a way to do a better job up front of protecting this guy, or it's going to be difficult to put up points.
And they'll get off one more play before the end of the quarter. On third and long, he has to throw for it. Fires to the right. Got it! He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business. First and goal.
LSU 14, Alabama 0.
They love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. Keeping it on the ground on first and goal. That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And that's why it's hard to run down by the goal line. The defense just has so many bodies crowded into the line of scrimmage. Offense couldn't get it done that time.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Touch pass on the jet sweep. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches.
And the offense, they don't choose to go downhill, be physical. They try to get it on the perimeter. Stay away from some of those defensive linemen, but you can tell DBs, linebackers, not scared. Nice job playing fast, trusting their eyes, and forcing a third down.
Oh, and he got drilled as he just got rid of the football.
Well, on third and short in field goal range, they dial up the pass play. Quarterback was trying to get through his progressions. There was just simply nobody open. Couldn't make an accurate enough throw. Ball falls incomplete. Now setting up a big decision here on fourth down.
Fourth down and goal from the 3. The playbook is pretty much wide open here. To throw, it's Nussmeier. He wants it all. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. They thought they had a good plan, but 2nd and 9. He tries to take the top off. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at 3rd down.
Obviously not the start this quarterback was hoping for, guys. He's now 0 for 4 to start the game throwing it. He just can't seem to find a rhythm. He's not finding his receivers. I'm even wondering if he's seeing the field that well at all. But no surprise, when you start the game 0 for 4 at QB, you've got no points on offense.
Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a 3rd down stop.
That's really worrisome if I'm the head coach watching my run game suffer the way it has early in this game. And that's why you're down by a lot of points right now. The only way you're going to change the scoreboard is if you're able to find a way to start running it. So if you can't do it with your running backs, you got to think about QB runs, jet sweeps. You got to find ways to have balance and be able to get it done on the ground.
LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out. They turned it over on the rush, coming in hot, and they got him at the 29.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and that can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play action.
The Tigers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. To the air, it's Nussmeier. Under fire. And the pressure gets to him again. Another sack.
Man, this offense, they gotta find something. They gotta get into rhythm somehow. So far, no success, not protecting the quarterback. Really, the only good thing I can say so far is they haven't turned the football over.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
Well, obviously, at this point in the first half, the defense is finding themselves in a hole. You just get the feeling if they're going to get back in this, they're going to need more plays like that. They're going to need sacks. They're going to need turnovers. They're going to have to create negative plays to get themselves some momentum.
He'll field the punt and look for room. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Got the 1st down and more. At the 45, on his way. And that was a huge run that almost went to the house. The defense kept him from scoring.
Man, this is how you want to start your season. You want to create as many explosive plays as possible. And if you're an offensive coordinator and you can turn and hand the ball off and make big plays, it makes your play calling so easy. Let's see if they continue to run the rock with explosive plays like that.
And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground. The Crimson Tide can dig into that playbook here on 2nd and short. They'll send the back in motion. Back to pass, it's Simpson. Moves away as he feels pressure. And he's got it inside the 10.
And the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go to the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
A 1st down run in the red zone. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. Alabama pushing the tempo. Back to pass. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
3rd and goal, and they'll try to pass it in. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
Man, they just couldn't find a hole. Down in the red zone, the field shrinks. So much harder to complete those passes. But 4th and short. Now, decision time, baby.
Sends it back in motion. They'll try the run. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs.
Nice job by the defense on fourth down, bowing up, getting physical, stopping the run, shutting down that fourth down play. Really good job by this defense.
Fires left. A strike downfield. Coming out, attacking from deep in their own end, and they're out at the 26 for the first down. Pass completion moves the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. To the air, it's Nussmeier. Fires to the middle. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch.
Man, that's a tough play to make. When you're that far down the field and you're trying to control your body and run as you're laying out, that's a really great effort, really good concentration, and that is how you make your quarterback look really good.
It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. To the air on first down. Throws toward the end zone. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection.
Well, we know this offense hasn't been able to get it going on the ground so far in this game. Now they're trying through the air, but give this defense credit. They've got a really good game plan. They've got all 11 guys on that side of the ball executing perfectly. Fantastic job in the back end that time, being in position and making sure that thing fell incomplete.
They'll move the tight end. Looking to fire. It's picked up. Don't see that very often from this Heisman Trophy candidate. Didn't get a ton on the return, but the most important thing, he got the ball, and they've got it at the 48. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Going right to work up top. He's going to fire deep. And a big play on the outside. What a job to keep those feet in bounds and get the completion.
I love offensive coordinators that take shots in sudden change.
And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. After taking another look just to confirm everything, the officials on the field got it right. Play will stand. Not the most productive half for this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. First and 10. Red pass, it's complete. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over him.
You know, I think that's a play the quarterback would like to have back. I'm not sure that's exactly who the ball was intended for. He had another open target on the other side of the field that he just missed.
The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on second down. Now the play fake. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, a check down would be the last resort. And he feels the heat coming and it burns him up. Another sack. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. That earlier sack really set them back, but they'll still go for it here. On fourth down, they'll pass for it. He'll take a shot. And it's incomplete. The long pass on fourth down is to no avail.
Nice job by the defense. Great pass defense, getting in the lanes, doing a really good job understanding they were going to throw the football in this fourth down. They played it well. Incomplete pass. Defense turns to offense.
Scanning the field, it's Nussmeier. Hit hard just as as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Pressure affects quarterbacks, and this guy's one of the best in the nation. I don't care how talented you are, but if you're being hit, you're not going to throw completions.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the end. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. A fortuitous turn of events to keep possession of that one. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
And those are so frustrating when you're a defense and you swarm to the football, you stick the quarterback and you make him cough it up just to have the other team recover it again, and you don't get it. Still a good stick, still a good physical play. Keep hitting that quarterback.
On third and long, looking to throw away downfield. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's coming.
Well, here's an interesting situation after that incompletion for the offense all of a sudden, because you've had success. You've scored 2 touchdowns on your first 2 drives. You've got to be playing with a lot of confidence. Does that carry over and make you feel like going for it here on fourth down? You've got the playmakers. You've made some big plays early in this game. Field position would say you should punt it, but what does the head coach decide to do?
So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Looking to throw on first down. Whoa, does he turn that loose down the middle? Hauls it in down the sideline. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
That is exactly what this offense needed to do. You talk about answering at the right time, right before the half, close this gap, create some momentum, go into the half, put something together, try to come out with your hair on fire and win this second half.
And he did make that extra point, no issue with the treacherous footing. No reason to risk trying to field that one as it skips through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Looking to throw, it's Nussmeier. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. Bringing it back. Touchdown, Alabama! What momentum you get when the defense comes up with a play like that.
How about a game-changing play for this defense? Stepping in front of the football and knowing what to do with it, taking it all the way to the end zone.
Well, you could draw a line in the middle, and he would have hit that thing. And that extra point was good, and we were all tied up here in the second. That ball scoots through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Hand off from the shotgun. Got room at the 35. Stopped him at the 41, but that's a big pickup of 15. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. Open the drive with a chunk play out past the 40, and they are in business on first down. Wants to go up top on first down. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. LSU ready to boot it away and open this second half. And there will be no return on this one as the ball bounds into the end zone. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line.
by the defense, holding the line of scrimmage, playing downhill, playing responsibility football, making sure they shut down that option.
Here's the handoff. Stopped him at the 41, but that's a big pickup of 15.
I'll tell you what, a few more runs like that, and defensively you start thinking more guys in the box, more big guys. I better stop this guy because he's unbelievable. Just a great job breaking off the big run, and the OC is going to give him the ball some more.
The offense lines up at the 41 with a 1st and 10. Looking downfield, it's Simpson. Quickly out to the tight end. Stop is made at the 44, but it's a 15-yard gain and a 1st down. They might have the defense's head spinning a little bit now. Hit him with a big run, now they hit him with a big pass.
Man, it's so hard to defend both. You know that. Which coverage do I want to put? Do I want to put more people in the box to stop the run? When you've got this kind of balance on offense, the defense can't be right.
They'll send the tight end in motion. The give is to Miller. They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild.
And you're seeing on both sides really hard to run the football in this one. You've got to give both of these defenses tons of credit. They are so physical up front. These defensive lines can take the game over, and right now it's tough sledding on the ground.
Makes the grab almost to the 1st down marker, but a good pickup on that one. The Crimson Tide needs to convert on 3rd and short. Motion from the back. And boy, is he close to that 1st down, maybe just a couple of inches short.
I mean, good news here, they get the completion. Bad news, though, not enough to pick up the 1st down. The target there, he's got to do a better job understanding where the 1st down marker is, make sure he gets the right depth on his route. Now, all of a sudden, head coach has a big decision to make.
A field goal try would have been a 51-yarder. They'll opt instead to try to move the chains on 4th down.
And 4th and inches, you know what's coming. You know they're going to run the quarterback sneak, but it's one of the hardest plays in football to stop. You got to find a way to dive from the defensive line spot and stop the feet of the quarterback, and they couldn't do it. And listen, they only needed inches. That's what makes it so difficult to stop.
Wide receiver going in motion. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Right there to stop him, and that'll be a loss of 3.
Here's the thing. I know this guy's not going to win the Heisman Trophy, but he's a pretty talented football player that's made big plays for this offense in the past. They have not had any success when they've given him chances so far in this game. And in the 3rd quarter, you're getting a little nervous, I think, if you're the head coach, because he's a guy you need to have success if you're going to win.
And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle.
Yeah, I think the running back kind of went rogue on that last running play. I'm not sure it was designed to go that direction. He tried to make it happen on his own, and unfortunately ended up losing yards.
Alabama with a ton of ground to cover on this 3rd down. Looking for a man. It's Simpson. Pass is incomplete, but a lot of contact there. I think it's going to be pass interference and a 1st down.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referees caught it.
The offense will gladly take a fresh set of downs after the penalty. They'll go to the ground. Pass the sticks in, still on his feet. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown time! And that one will give him the lead.
Man, these ball carriers, they've got a lot of ability in the open field. Their ability to make people miss, but also show off the speed. You saw all of that on that play.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Georgia State is darn near perfect offensively today. This is almost exactly the way they drew things up this week in practice. They're up 14 over the Goobers. We promise to keep you posted on what goes down in this exciting college football matchup.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. From the gun, the running back has it. Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. They get him stopped after a gain of 4 out to the 28.
Listen, that wasn't the greatest run in the world, but it was very successful, and you're making me honor the run. And another thing, every time you run the football, someone gets tackled. There's physicality.
Oh, out of space. And he's got enough for the first down. It'll be at the 35.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. To the air, it's Nussmeier. Firing to the right, complete. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Well, it's important in this game this offense gets the running back involved out in the perimeter in space where he can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. Picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
A veritable crimson tide of noise on Saban Field here on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man. They mark him out of bounds at the 42, and they're on the move.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the first down.
They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Takes this handoff and headed to the right. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
And the incomplete pass on 3rd down, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's about. 3 yards, 1st down for the offense after that penalty. Looking to pass, it's Nussmeier. Got his man in the middle.
It's a nice job running the in route there by the receiver. And the best thing he did after he made his break, he didn't trail and fade away. He actually attacked the football. That's a good lesson for young receivers out there watching.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Give to the back. They get him stopped after a pickup of 5 to the 28. They had a little extra time to dial something up for this 3rd down play. Looking to throw for it. Grabbed over the middle. It's Anderson. He'll come through on 3rd down as he's got enough, and they'll mark it at the 23. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one. But we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer.
Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
Man, I think this quarterback needs to take his offensive line out for dinners more often because
they're not protecting him. And sometimes it doesn't even look like they're trying. That now the 6th sack of the game for this defense.
That last sack got them behind the sticks. It's 2nd and long here. Running back searching for a hole. And a decent gain there before the defense makes a stop. The Tigers need a massive chunk play to move the sticks here on 3rd down. Looking to throw, it's Nussmeier. Got a man, it's Anderson. No more room to rise. This defense rises up on 3rd down, and now it's 4th down from the 22. That play didn't have much of a chance to get the 1st down. Good job by the defense keeping everything in front.
Great job keeping everything in front, and most importantly, making the tackles. Dropping back deep, know he's 3rd and long, but I got to get the guy on the ground and rally to the football. Nice job by the defense.
Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. Trailing by a possession, they need to keep the ball. They'll try to convert on 4th down. And with this place rocking, the crowd forces a false start. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. It's a one-score game late, and they've got to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Looking to the big tight end. Got it in the middle. It's Sharp. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down?
Love the coverage on defense there. 4th down. They were ready for the pass. You saw in the back end, great job being in position to make that play. And now their offense is coming on the field.
That hole closed quickly. Pick up of 1 to the 15.
And this is a pressing time for this defense. They've got to understand, they're backed up a little bit. They're going to run the football. They don't want to make a mistake. So I think this is the time I'm a little bit more aggressive. I got to get this football back to my offense because I'm trailing. So I look for this defense to get a little bit aggressive.
The give, and tick, 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 tick. Gets it out to the 20 after a pickup of 4.
And ball security at this point is at a premium for this offense. You're backed up in your own end. You've got the lead, so you want to be able to run the football and stay on the field, bleed the clock. But you know the defense is going to be ripping away at it, right? They're going to be trying to get hats to the football and forcing a fumble. So whoever's got the ball has got to have 2 hands on it this drive.
Rifles it down the middle. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew. Quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
Punt is in the air. That is not exactly how they drew it up, as the ball will be marked dead at the 40. Will run the offense out onto the field. They're in a precarious spot here. That lofty perch in the rankings. Hank looking for the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He is going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash because of his wheels. Not able to connect with the quarterback on that one, but you know he has the defense's attention.
The offense has got to find something here in the fourth quarter. You can tell pressing a little bit. They need that big play. They want that big play to try to make this game a better ball game. Took the shot, unsuccessful, but I wouldn't be surprised if they take some more hits.
These fans stepping up to help this defense on third down. Dropping back, it's Nussmeier. Fires to the wideout. Going to throw it to the right. He's got his man. He goes out of bounds right at the 10-yard line, and the offense can smell the touchdown from here. LSU getting set on 1st and 10. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Right back to it. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And just a great job by the defense on State. Right, that's your job. Be scout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
Well, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Touchdown LSU! Quick strike through the air for the score.
And these are the plays that you look back on tape, and everybody's like, nice work, nice toughness, QB. To stand in there and know you're going to get blasted, but hold on to the ball until the guy comes open, feed him, and get the 6.
And it's good, and we're tied in the 4th quarter. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. On the move from inside his 5. He's out of bounds at the 25-yard line, gets it right back to the touchback position, and the offense will take over. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Might be changing the route. Wants to throw. It's Simpson. Pocket breaking down. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Alabama with a lot of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. Complete to the left. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains. The clock stops. 2 minutes left to play in this one. From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Pulls and fires complete to the right. Turning it on. Inside the 35, knocked out of bounds. This offense with a big play, and they'll mark it at the 33.
How nice is it as a quarterback when you don't have to throw post routes to get great stats? No, I can just throw it quickly to one of the fastest players in the entire nation and let him burn this defense.
Wants to throw on 1st down. Makes the catch. It's Williams. Touchdown, Alabama! And they've moved out front here on the 4th.
What a great game. Tied late in the ball game. Who's going to make the big play? They come up with it late, take the lead. Nice execution. execution. It's hard to execute in these moments. People get tight. The score's tied. Late in the game, I don't want to mess up, but this offense doesn't worry about messing up. They put the ball in the end zone and take the lead.
He'll bring it back from inside the 15. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. Opening play of this drive comes from the 26-yard line. Coming out on first down with the play fake. And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waiting moments. That could be a costly play. And the Tigers have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's second and a mile. Back to throw, it's Nussmeier. He's going up top here late in the game. He's got it on the outside. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. Looking to throw on first down. Here's a throw downfield late. And here's the third interception of the night. Made the play on the pick, was hoping to make one on the return. He'll have to settle for letting the offense pay it off from the 26. They'll get this drive started from their own 26. They want that clock to run. Now after that run, they're in pretty good shape at the 30-yard line. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's second and 6. Rides the back and leaves it. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. The Crimson Tide looking for a big play to convert on third down. Dropping back, it's Simpson. Fires to the big fella. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one.
Coming into this one, I thought this guy was going to be a monster. He was going to put up huge numbers. We know this is a big part of the offense week in, week out. The defense has done a great job clamping down on him. That is only his second catch so far in this game.
Timeout called by the offense. We have 18 seconds left.
Timeout, Alabama.
Alabama will bring the punt team on the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Punt is on its way.
Man, that is a backbreaker. Down in the fourth quarter, you need units to